I'm with Umerji. He's the head of enterprise architecture for Newcross Healthcare Solutions. So you're using a lot of Zoho applications. So tell me about what you're using and give a brief overview, because I know you're using a lot of their applications.
Absolutely. So from the Zoho One ecosystem, out of the box, you get about 55 plus applications. We're probably using 70% of them, starting everything from Zoho Recruit, where we attract the candidates, all the way to Zoho Books and Zoho Expenses. We use Zoho CRM as our sales management platform. We've got Zoho Desk, which is used for IT supporting tickets. We have Zoho Sign, which we use for digital contracts and digital signatures. We've then got Zoho Creator, which we use as a low-code application to build custom solutions for the organization. So overall, 70% of utilization on the Zoho One subscription is what we currently use.
And then you talked about Zoho Tasks and Meetings and how that also comes together with CRM.
Yeah, and that's really powerful. In Zoho CRM, you have modules for creating tasks, arranging meetings, and also logging calls. The benefit we get from that is you have a full 360-degree view of all your interactions with a particular client at any given time. You know, you look at Zoho Mail as an example in Zoho CRM, you can integrate that with your Microsoft Outlook account, which means you could send an email from your Outlook, and when that email receives a reply, the reply is automatically attached to the corresponding record in CRM and vice versa. You can send an email from CRM and you'll see that in your sent items in Outlook. So it really gives you that connectivity and simplification of a full customer journey and interaction they've had with you.
Okay, and what about Zoho Phone or calling?
Right, so Zoho CRM has an add-on feature which is called Zoho Phone Bridge. What Zoho Phone Bridge allows you to do is make calls, receive calls. These calls come with call transcription, it does call recording, and more importantly, it attaches that call recording to the number you have called. So again, giving you a simplified, unified view of your customer interactions.
Okay, and we have to talk about AI. Tell me about what you're doing as far as AI and the approach you're taking.
Yes, well, with AI in the healthcare sector, what we have to appreciate is the sensitivity and the confidentiality of the data we process. Now, you know, healthcare sector isn't an AI hackathon. You have to be deliberate in your use cases. Now, we have specific use cases where we would implement AI. The reason why we've chosen Zia as part of our AI platform is A, because it's already encompassed within the Zoho One license, which means our data isn't going to teach any other large language models. And more importantly, when we get clinical audits, the auditors are satisfied the data remains within the governed data centers that are set by the governing organizations. One of the use cases we do have for Zia, which is really going to be beneficial to the organization, is the ability for Zia to summarize patient care plans and records. So as you can appreciate, a care plan could have 30-40 page documents. A healthcare worker could be looking after 5 clients each day. Now, for the healthcare worker to understand the client's requirements on a personal level would take a lot of time. Now, Zia really simplifies that by giving you the main commentary and narrative of what that care plan is and what actions they need to take.
Okay. And did you have any user problems or were any of the users who were using the AI, did they have any negative feelings about it, or did they just adapt it pretty easily?
Again, two lenses to look at this from. We have staff members that have been with the business for about 15-20 years who are slightly reluctant for change. Our implementation approach was, let's take the feedback from the guys on the ground who are actually using the applications as opposed to the tech team or the senior leadership team enforcing an application. So we brought the users of the application on a journey with us. So the adoption rate was higher and it's been a success for us, and that's been the biggest key driver factor. And the recommendation I would make to any organizations considering implementation of Zoho is take your feedback from the people who are actually going to use the system. What do they want? What do they not want?
Okay. And can you talk a little bit about what's next and what your plans are?
Absolutely. So exciting times ahead. As we've seen in the conference today, Zia and Zoho Creator have new features on the roadmap, such as augmented reality, where that helps clinical decisions. Is you can have a 3D model of a human body into the system. If a patient has a fall, has injured its leg, you can record that injury on the system and draw data from it. Now, the risk with other AI models is the risk of AI hallucination. Is it giving you factual data? How is it governed? And what we want, and what we deliberately won't do, is allow AI to replace clinical decisions. We use an AI as an aid to inform the organization of what the trends are, where the pitfalls are, but certainly not to replace any personnel in the body in terms of clinical or specialist roles.
Okay. And last question, you talked a little bit about CRM for everyone. And what is that?
So CRM for everyone allows all of the departments within an organization to operate from one single unified platform. Now, if you look at the legacy systems or any other off-the-shelf systems, you could have the sales department using Zoho CRM, and they'll have their specific modules. Now, if you want the accounting department to also use the CRM, it makes the navigation very clunky because they are going to see modules which aren't relevant to them. What Zoho CRM for everyone allows you to do is use one application, but you can customize it at department level. So sales would see certain modules, central operations would see what they need to see, and then legal and finance see what they need to see. So again, it just makes it simple to navigate around the system and get you the data you want very, very quickly. And Zoho, in my opinion, does simplification very, very well.
Okay, well, thank you, Mo.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.